Yeah, this is so tough because you have to talk about it in two ways. It's so good to be Florida. Like,
oh yeah, totally.
They are the bane of Tennessee's existence in football, and this guy has beaten them 2 out of the last 3 years, and he's 2-2 overall. And fair enough, but I mean the fact that the only guy that's ever been able to do that in the modern era was Fulmer back in whenever he did that. He did beat them a couple years in a row, one time I think, and Heupel has now done two out of 4 here, and that's huge and that's amazing, and it's great that you leaped over that hurdle that has just been a curse on Tennessee for all this time. Awesome. Also, you have to talk about this game as it was. You have to approach this game and actually give it the discussion that it deserves because you played terribly on offense. The defense needed what they won you that game in some sense in OT. I mean, an incredible set of downs in OT. Also, they gave up that touchdown at the end that tied the game. But at the end of the day, 17 points given up, and a couple of really nice turnovers, and they did what they needed to do, just like last week. They did what they needed to do. Last week you couldn't score 20 points.
Well, and this week
you scored 23.
Yeah, and anybody that wants to sit here and be like, oh, why are you giving up a 3rd and 18, blah, blah, blah. Guys, we gave up 17 points to an SEC team in today's modern era football. We should win that game.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like with our offense, we only if our defense only gives up 17, we should win that game. Point blank.
Yep.
And no, you don't want to give up that throw in that situation. That's not what I'm getting at. But like, we don't need to sit here and I don't think anybody has. I'm not saying that. I don't think we need to throw shade at that last 3rd and 18. Once again, don't think anybody has, because I'll tell you guys, we're not even remotely close to end this game if it weren't for our defense. And I think everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, you're blown out. You're blown out if the defense doesn't play.
Our defense is legit. Our secondary is light years ahead of where it was last year. Our front seven is phenomenal.
And this was the defense without Keenan Peely. One of your best guys went down.
Yes.
He was on crutches on the sidelines. I hope that it's not what it looks like. But, yeah, I mean, the defense, I just cannot bring myself to complain about the defense with the way that the offense looks. Like, I just can't. Yeah, were they perfect? Absolutely not. They were not perfect. They gave up that horrific touchdown right at the end. That stinks. But they turned right around in overtime, made the plays they needed to make.
They came out in overtime.
Yeah, they were dogs in overtime. And so I'm not going to complain about them almost at all. Not that they need a 100% pass. I mean, you do kind of have to say they weren't perfect, sure. But the offense is everything here. And let's break in really quickly here. Oregon just beat Ohio State. Talking about, I think we've talked about on the show just how hard it is to win on the road. There you go. Ohio State, with all their, gobs and gobs of talent that they have, they still can't win the big one. So,
I mean, like I said, we played well enough to win. I mean, but in reality, Dylan Sampson was 20 yards away from outrushing their whole team.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing, is like our defense played what we only gave up 222 in the air. Like it wasn't like we played a really good defensive ball game overall. Yes. 17 points. It was just a play here or there, but that's going to happen. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're playing an SEC caliber team, that's going to happen at some point, a play here or there. The thing that I didn't like to see is we didn't make the plays when they were there. They did. That's where my frustration comes in. I'm ecstatic that we won. Hell, me and my wife were in the living room jumping up and down. I'm ecstatic we won. Anytime Florida loses, especially when we beat them, it's a great day. Another Angel gained a set of wings today. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel.
Yes.
But just in the realistic mindset of, we got Alabama next week. Yeah. We've got a lot to clean up in that sense. I'm shooting in the dark here. 4 passes over 25 yards that he just completely missed. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Last year, and I'm going to throw this at you, Charlie, just because I like confrontation on the show. Last year, you were dogging Joe for overthrowing him. Where's the dogging at now?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to dog Nico Iamaleava. Don't.
I just honestly, I just want to throw shade at you. There was no other reason why I said that. There's
me,
literally no reason why. I just wanted to do that. But no, and I'm not saying that because he's a young man that is uber talented. He really is. But guess what? Talent only takes you so far. We have to make the play, because the Lagway kid at Florida is also uber talented. He showed a very promising upside.
Football is back, and what better way to bet on the big games than on Zen Sports, the new sportsbook in Tennessee that's bringing sports betting to a whole new level. When you sign up for Zen Sports, you'll automatically earn up to a $100 no-danger first wager. If your first bet loses, you'll be reimbursed for the amount of your bet up to $100. And for the football season, Zen Sports is launching a revamped betting platform for both college football and the NFL. And what's better? With our new look, Zen Sports will be offering daily promotions, including odds boosts, same-game parlays, no-danger wagers, and much more. Zen Sports also offers a one-of-a-kind VIP rewards program, and if you qualify, you can earn monthly comps at sporting events, concerts, and even sportsbook bonuses. It's by invite only, so go to zensports.com/VIP for details. What are you waiting for, football fans? Start betting with Zen Sports, where you will receive true odds on all parlays and an enhanced user experience. Get going. Download their app at zensports.com today. Zen Sports betting just got better. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. No danger. First wager limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Boosted odds are derived from equivalent parlay bets offered in Tennessee. Must be 21 or older in Tennessee to bet. Zen Sports.
Tonight. Very promising. And what I think a lot of people need to be concerned with is if they get rid of Napier, if Lane Kiffin goes to Florida.
Ugh. I don't even want to start.
I'm just because that kid is good, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had not watched much of him at all this year because I don't watch Florida. Watching him tonight, I was impressed with him and his gamer-like skills, just extending a play.
Yeah,
understanding when to move in the pocket. That Nico, and I say Nico because he's the quarterback. I don't think it's actually Nico. I think it's our system. We're stuck in concrete in the pocket. We've said that for 4 years.
Yep.
That's what. So it wasn't Hendon, it wasn't Joe, it's not Nico. That's the system that's what they're taught to do. I've always had an issue with that, though.
There's a lot to unpack as far as that goes, because, yeah, I mean, you can get down into the holistic philosophy of what Heupel does and whether you agree with it or not. I don't know that I necessarily want to litigate that, but as far as Nico goes, he's shown plenty of promise, and where I'll always push back with everybody that's like, oh, he's just Jared Garantano, he's just Joe Milton. The primary difference to me with those comparisons is, does he look that way? Yeah, to whatever extent he does. He has not been playing well in the last 2 games, really didn't play all that well at Oklahoma, but he did, way more than enough for you to win there. But he's a redshirt freshman, and those guys were in like their 7th year of college when they were making terrible plays. So maybe, hope is not gone.
You can see in college football nowadays, you can't say that. Look at Travis Hunter. He's been doing it since the freshman year. No, DJ Lagway.
No, look. I know.
So to me,
you could go down the list.
Listen, to me, that is a voided argument. If you're the starting quarterback, if you get named the starter, it doesn't matter your age.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
You get named the starter. It doesn't matter your age. At a certain point, listen, guys, on my high school team, I'm starting a 14-year-old right tackle because he is you want to know why? Because he's a grown-ass man. It's that simple. And watch this. What did I tell him after the second ball game? You ain't a kid no more. You're a man now. Now let's go act like it. So what I'm trying to say is when you're named the starting quarterback in the SEC, it doesn't matter if you're a 17-year-old freshman, a.k.a. Williams at Alabama, or a 24-year-old sixth-year senior. I don't vibe with that argument of why you're giving him a pass.
it does matter in this case because you don't have another guy. I mean, you don't. Like if you had, let's say that this was last year and you decided to start Nico over Joe, and Nico plays pretty close the same way that he's played now, you would go like, okay, we got a guy that's in his 5th year of college in the wings here. Let's see what he can do instead. I think that would be a natural move. But here, it's not like you got another guy that you could say. I mean, technically, you have Gaston Moore.
No.
You're not going to start Gaston Moore over this guy, and so you have to say like he's going to get better, because I think he is. I mean, I think he is going to get better. He's just not at this. If you were talking about this kid at this exact moment, he is right there with your Joe Miltons and your Jarek Garantanos, and you don't, you play Alabama next week. You don't play Alabama a year from now.
Oh, no. Well, I'm on the same page, but what did we say all offseason? Go get a proven veteran quarterback in case we need them. We said
you preach that. You preach
now,
that. Now,
granted, we're not in the quote unquote war room. So I'm not saying that I'm right on that. I'm telling you what I would do. You always got to have to win a championship, as sure as hell in the SEC, you've got to have your number 2 is another number 1. It's that simple. But bottom line is, we won the game. We're just being critical because, one, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We're supposed to break down the game and go over the good, the bad, the ugly, and the fact that we've got Alabama next week, so we need to make sure we're ready.
Yeah, because you watch that game that we just watched, and Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, and they nearly lost to South Carolina today. They're they're not world beaters like they have been with Saban. At the same time, you watch how Tennessee played today, and you go, "Ooh, that one might be ugly." Like that. If you go out and you have a scoreless half against Alabama, you know what they're not going to do? Only score 3 points. You'll be down 20-0 at halftime.
You know what I would love to see personally? I would love to see a set with Sampson and Bishop both in the backfield.
Yes.
And that's just me thinking, like, because I think they're both, one, Sampson is Sampson. He's a dude. He's our workhorse, all this stuff. But Bishop, hey, he's no slouch either. If we put those two in the backfield and just got a little, I'm going to say trickery, but it's not trickery. Bring back the old school Nebraska triple option days out of the gun, Air Force out of the gun with those two. Ooh, like, hey, that would be dangerous. Because Nico is athletic as hell. You do a little zone read triple option, get him on the edge, and get Sampson as the pitch guy. I'm digging that.
Look, dude,
I'm just trying to get Sampson the ball in some way.